Welcome everybody to episode 21 of the On the Run podcast. It's your boy Awesome Ray Ray.
I am the Javen Shepherd.
And we back for another round.
Yes, sir.
Another
Yes, sir.
episode.
Did you know that our podcast legally can drink? 21.
21, yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, not really, because we haven't been doing this for 21 years, but 21 episodes. Shout out to Tito for talking about the 19th episode. It's
21 weeks.
Yeah, 21 weeks.
That's enough to break a habit, right? Or create a new one?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is what it is. I mean, save the 1 week that neither one of us could do anything.
Yeah.
Like, we've been on it.
We have.
And I'm excited, man. It's a lot. I look forward to doing this on Tuesdays. Like, actually now, believe it or not, and it's like, why do you wait so long to do this? Actually prep.
Yeah.
Like, around, I got to do a podcast later. Let me be proactive about that.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I think the same way. And people are like, hey, can you do this on this day? Nope. Tuesday evenings, can't do it. Sorry.
I cannot.
Part of the business plan, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Businessman.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, let's get into it, shall we? Because I have some rants inside of me today.
Well, then let's get into it. How are you? How you doing? How you doing?
I'll tell you this. This is very interesting, man. So just got back off of a small tour run with Saint Diablo. Shout out Saint Diablo. It was a crazy weekend. And there are some things that I legitimately can't talk about.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's a crazy weekend. It was very interesting. But yeah, so we traveled down south and played a couple shows down there. Had a great time, you know what I'm saying? I love being on the road, man. It's my thing. Like, I'll be honest, man. I never want to come home. I don't.
Good.
And it never fails. Whenever I go out on the road, I dread coming back home because it's like back to, it's back to reality in a sense. It's back to the day job. It's back to the regular stuff.
Yeah.
Until, I get in a position where my life is on the road, and then coming home, it would be just taking a break.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, dude, it never fails though. Whenever I come back home, man, there's always like some level of stress or anxiety or some bullshittery that takes place. And that has happened in the last 24 hours, and I've just been like, dog, you know what I'm saying? So it's life, but we keep it pushing, we keep it moving. Life goes up and down, and that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not,
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to complain per se, but it just is a valid statement that, like, fuck, I go home. Shit. You know what I mean? And I think what it is like it's not like, I gotta go home. I have to return to the balance of not actively doing
Correct.
what my purpose and my joy and my real honest talent is.
Yeah.
I don't mind coming home to my house. I love my house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But coming back to not doing what it is that I just got done doing, that's the part that I think I'm kind of like, I'm grateful, you know what I'm saying? But,
No, you don't have to
bullshittery sometimes.
You don't have to really explain for real, because it's one of those, like, home in and of itself isn't the issue. The issue is what you're doing when you're back home. Yeah. That's the issue. It's because it's like, I'm not doing what it is I actually want to do, and I'm back doing something that doesn't fulfill me the way that what I actually want to do does.
Right.
And
exactly.
I gotta get this money, however I can type sitch.
Absolutely.
And
and I'm good at that's the
gotta
thing.
come back to all of that.
I was explaining to somebody the other day, my background and security, law enforcement, public safety, fire department, everything, emergency management, all that.
Sure.
And you're really good at this. I'm like, yeah, but it's not the dream. It's not the skill. It's something that I developed, and I developed very well, very quickly at it. I got a crap ton of experience. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Which is cool, but like, people are like, oh, you're really good at doing security, you're really good at doing this. And I'm like, hey, you should see me play drums and hear me rap and sing. Then you would be like, why are you here? That statement has been made multiple times to people in uniform like when they watch videos and stuff, they're like, Ray, why are you here?
Yeah,
I'm
man.
like, dude.
It happens, bro. Like, right there with you. Just talk about this very briefly. Remember when I was working at the animal hospital, and we went to L.A.
Yeah.
and it was my first time going out there.
Someone
And
with the cut on the run, right?
correct.
Yep.
Yeah, this was like beginning of December 2018,
Yep.
and
I'll
what
never
was
forget it. I skipped my uncle's funeral
yeah
for that trip.
yeah, and we were gone for a week,
Yep.
and what's funny is like after we got back and later on when I left the animal hospital, I remember my my supervisor, her telling me when I told her that, hey, I'm gonna put in my time to dip, which was like this was like 8-9 months after we got back from LA.
Mm-hmm.
And what she told me in that little meeting that we had really shocked me. And she said, "You know what, Jamal? I honestly didn't think you were coming back when you left to go for that week in LA." And was like, "I prepared for you to not come back because I know this isn't what you want to do. You're very good at what you do, but I know this isn't who you are." So like what you're talking about, hearing that from, other people in uniform that are in public safety and this, that, and the other, and they say to you, why are you here? What are you doing? I understand that sentiment because it's like we do it because we can and we have to, and we pick up pretty well and excel. Sometimes to a detriment because you do so damn good that you become the go-to person. And I know you know that all too well. I know that all too well. And it's like, damn, I'm so upset for being, and I hate to sound arrogant here, but I hate to be so damn good at what I do because now everybody's coming to me for stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, my mom told me when I first got like my first management position or supervisor position, and she was like, again, my mom was a supervisor and then became, sergeant corporal all the way up to chief. She retired as the chief of police. But like I remember her telling me, she's like, "Why in the hell did you want to take that position?" And I was like, "Well, I'm getting really good at it. I'm the guy that always shows up, that does my job, and I'm teaching other people." And she was like, "It sucks being a supervisor. It sucks being brass. It sucks when, and I didn't understand it. And then time went on, and I was like, dog, scheduling. Like, scheduling, at one point, I was in charge of like 16 to 20 officers, bro. Like, when I tell you, I was like, this is not worth it. This is not worth it. Everybody's a big baby. Everybody's whining about, and it's like, dog, like, you got pepper sprayed in the face. You got tased. You've got to run 5, 6, 7, 8 miles. You got to do all this stuff. You're getting chased at. You're getting shot at. You're fighting people. You're doing all this wild shit. And you want to complain because OG over there got Saturday off. Like, and I'm like, dog, like, come on, man.
Yeah, man.
Why does he get the new boots and I can't get the new boots? Well, it's not time on the schedule for you to get your assignment for your new boots yet. Well, this is bull, and it's like, but
Yeah.
yeah, bro, like you get good at something, and you know, it's wild, bro. It's
Yeah,
wild, but
no.
it's like I'll never forget it. My first sergeant with my first department, he saw Escape the Armada video. Shout out Escape the Armada. I know I'm not a band no more, but I love and miss you guys. He saw Escape the Armada video, and he pulled me aside. He's like, "Hey, come here, man." And I'm like, "Yo, what's up?" He was like, "You're a good cop. You do your job." And he's like, "But I watched your band's music video." And he's like, "The fuck are you doing here?" He's like,
Yeah.
"Why are you here?"
Yep.
And he was like, at some point, if you keep doing the music thing and you keep doing stuff like that, he's like, you're gonna have to make a choice. You're gonna come to a crossroads. And I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Ever since then, everywhere I've gone, like every other department, every agency, even the private sector side, I've hit a crossroads every single time.
Yep.
I don't know if that's occurred, if you've thought about that, but that has actually clicked in my head recently. I'm like, every time I've moved to a different job or a different position, even though it's all under the emergency management, private security, whatever cordon, there's always come like this intersection and it never fails. You know what I'm saying?
And that comes to see if you really want what it is you're after. Now, I
Yeah.
understand from a very logical place that, you need finances to make things work. In order to do that, the traditional way is to have employment, a 9 to 5, where you answer to someone and you accrue PTO and this, that, and the other, and blase, blase. But, like you said, a crossroads does come up and you have to make a decision.
Yep.
We live in a situation where you cannot have your cake and eat it too.
You can.
You have to decide what you want to do. And we're at the age where we're old enough to both know that we can't keep doing, and I'll use this as an example, a double life.
Yeah, because that's actually what it is.
It's not going to work.
Dana from the Whammies, when I explained to him like what I was doing, and he was like, "You were burning the," and he looked at me dead in my face, and he's like, "You're burning the candle at both ends." And I'm like, "And it's exhausting, brother."
No, 100%.
Like rushing back home this weekend, bro, was exhausting, and it was just because like of what I had going on Monday night.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that in my industry and what I do, that could happen at the drop of a dime. I could get a phone call right now and be like, "Yo, shoot up, boot up, gotta go," and I'll be like, "Damn," you know what I'm saying?
100%.
So, and that's no disrespect to anybody, you know what I mean? But like in this business and in this industry, you need finances to fuel it until it can be enough to start fueling itself. You know what I mean? And you have responsibilities thrown into that, which, choices. I made choices and I have responsibilities,
Correct.
It is what it is.
Correct.
But that doesn't mean it can't be done.
Right.
And I think I would be doing my daughters a disservice and anybody else if I just gave up and just doubled down on the day job type situation.
Yeah.
Because then, it'd be like, well, you're basically showing them that. And, some people do it and they figure out it's not for them.
Right.
Tito and Justin were explaining to me about some of the old members of St. Diablo and stuff like that. And some folks, went out for one tour and was like, yeah, I just can't do this. It's not for me.
Right.
I get that. Right. I understand. I've been in plenty of situations on the road where it's like, oh man, this is tough. Right. And I'll be honest, if you don't question yourself once or twice, I don't think you really for it. I think it does happen. I think everybody at some point, comes up against something that they're like, shit. But what you do from there, I think, is the determining factor. It's okay to question. At least I think that. But I know that I was put here for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know that.
Yeah. So, like, right where you are, if I can touch on that, it's interesting that you feel that if you don't feel some type of, resistance and questioning, that maybe it's not for you. I'm not of that thought. I'm of the thought of when that happens, it's because there's a crossroad or alternative situation. Mm-hmm. Like you begin to think, is this for me? If this is all you're doing, this is not what you think about. When you have, in my opinion, when you have stuff going on and you have that crossroad, when you have that questioning, like, oh man, should I really be doing this? Is this really the route for me? Like when we went out for Blue Ridge and stuff like that and experienced that whole thing. And
there were some challenges.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was some serious challenges for that particular year's performance.
100%. And then like even for me, and then it's looking at, oh man, should I really be doing this? It's like I'm of the thought of if I'm doing what it is that I know I'm supposed to be doing or what I want to do, that means everything that comes along with it is stuff that I have to deal with and contend with. And because when anyone gets into any field, in any craft that they want to get into, they see something from a surface level and they don't know the fullness.
I sure didn't.
Of the commitment until you get in it. And then you're in it and you're like, oh, I didn't have on my bingo card that I had to do X, Y, and Z in this particular industry or whatever it may be, because that's not something you see on the surface. Correct. You see what everyone else sees and you're attracted to it. You decide to, buy into it. And when you do, you then begin to see what it actually takes to get there.
My very first like national tour, bro. I'm gonna keep it a band with you. Like I've done the van tours and a couple car tours for a weekend here or there, but with the first tour, with Year of the Locust, you think it's this, I'm gonna be honest, drug, sex, rock and roll, right? You're a rock star,
Right.
that terminology, and it's like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna go do. Not understanding the long drives, the load ins, the load outs, the going through merch, vehicles breaking down, people just being assholes for absolutely no reason, all kinds. Meanwhile, you got shit popping off at home that you got to quarterback with remotely on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Finances aren't quite adding up, so you're broke as shit. The only time you eating is if you get hospitality, and that's if you get hospitality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? On the road. Other than that, it's 7-Eleven hot dogs, and you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you got to struggle.
You got to struggle. And don't get me wrong, that didn't stop me.
No.
But I was just not prepared for that.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody is, like, their first, like, big run. I don't think they are. I don't think anybody ever is, unless your first big tour, you're already signed to a record deal and you already got marketing and promotion, you already got a team around you. Then, yeah, I expect to, go in the green room and eat the freaking veggie tray, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
and
right.
suck down the Bud Light or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But, I didn't expect that. And I was just like, oh, this is hard. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you what, every time I got up on that stage and it was like, that hard went away.
100%.
Every single time.
100%. You want to know why? Because when you struggle and you go through something for something you actually want to do, something that you actually want to excel in and become great at and renowned for, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You'll go through it and you'll do it anyway. Now here's the flip side. When you have to struggle and you have to go through so much stuff for something you don't want to do, for somewhere you don't want to be, when you ready? When you give 100 grand of yourself every single day for a place you don't want to be at, a place where you're fulfilling someone else's dream, because that's what it is. Newsflash, folks. If you work for a company, you are effectively working for someone else's dream
Yeah,
and not yours.
correct.
You are working for someone else's thought
And
that came into light, and now you are an employee of this particular situation.
And I'm not advocating for people to be reckless. Don't get me wrong, because people have different dreams, different goals, different
Right.
aspirations.
Correct.
I'm not advocating for, if you want to go out here and be a musician, man, just quit your corporate job or quit working at Walmart or quit working at Amazon. I'm not saying do that.
Right.
Not by any means. You got to figure out what's going to work for you. But I know that my soul is not going to be at rest until I'm effectively doing 100% of what it is that I was put here to do.
Now, right where you're at, I'll throw this in there. No, don't quit your job, but that crossroad is coming.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Oh,
Eventually, you're going to have to make a decision.
100%.
That's the thing about it, man. And this is the interesting thing about life, because you think about risk versus reward. And everybody's situation is different. Everybody's circumstance is what it is. I will say this, and this is the truth. Not taking the risk is a risk.
Yep.
Because if you don't take the shot to see what's going on, to see what can happen, you are effectively missing out on something that could change your entire situation. Now, again, like you said, not everybody's in that boat. Not everybody feels that way.
Correct.
Everybody has different, dreams, goals, and aspirations. But you got to make a decision to take a risk on something or not. And it's either going to pay off or it's not. But I'll tell you what won't happen. It's not going to be a one-off thing. There's got to be persistence. There's got to be consistency. There's got to be a will and determination to do it in the face of adversity and struggle.
I mean, look at it like this, right? Like, say that you are a baker, right? You
Right.
make pies and cakes and whatnot. You work for a national chain, right? Say
Yeah.
you work for Dunkin' or whatever.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm not
No, that's
endorsing
fine.
nobody, whatever. right? But say you're really good at making donuts, and when you at home on your days off, you be making some fire donuts, and you're like, man, I really do want to open up my own food truck or my own donut shop one day. You won't be able to achieve that fully, if you are still working at Dunkin' every day.
Correct.
You might be do some stuff on the weekends or whatever your days off, but you're only gonna get out what you put in.
Correct.
And I noticed I'm gonna keep it's good. We did not. I didn't expect to get this deep tonight.
Hey, it happened.
I'm gonna keep it a band with you, bro. Especially this year.
Yeah.
Remember last year was almost like a year off for Awesome Ray Ray. I think I only played
like 2 shows.
Like 2 shows for me last year. I did more for Saint Diablo.
Yeah.
But I noticed this year already the strides and the push, because there is a push this year. I've already noticed and seen the writing on the wall, and I'm like, keep applying pressure. Keep applying the pressure. Don't let off the gas. Because guess what? Eventually, you're going to hit up to cruising speed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you're taking off in an airplane, that sucker's throttled all the way up. They do not let off at all. You know what I'm saying? You're constantly accelerating until you get to cruising altitude.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you said, consistency recently with all these things. We made the show announcements. You got the Gathering of the Juggalos that I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got the Black Rocks Fest that I'm on. We got the Hemp Fest in Texas that we're on. Yep. Like, the push is happening.
We got what was it, Savage Theory?
Yep, Savage Theory show.
So we got that.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, the push is happening, and there's even more. There are things that, I can't share with y'all.
Nope.
There's like 5 or 6 other big pushes that are happening in the background. There's stuff that I'm sure that's happening that I don't even know about yet.
Not yet.
But if that push continues, that crossroads gets a lot closer. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, that's no disrespect to anybody, but it's dreams. It's risk versus reward.
Yeah.
You know, how bad do you want it? And also, for some, what do you want?
That
I know exactly. I know exactly what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's been written down. It's over on my board over there on my wall. Some of it is, but I have a clear picture of what I want. It's how to get there that sometimes can get challenging because things adjust.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? But I think some people fail too, or give up or quit or run into serious issues because they don't exactly know what they want.
Right.
You know, and that
100%.
I think that is a very interesting thing. And to those watching, you know, if you have a dream, you know, if you have goals, try to identify what it is exactly that you want.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to do this for 100% living. When I do my taxes at the end of the year, Awesome Ray Ray /FYD is what I want to put on that form. You know what I'm saying? That's how I pay my mortgage. That's how I pay all my bills and whatnot. And I want to sustain that.
Right. You're a showman. You know what I'm saying? And as am I. You know what I mean? So this is
like, I want to own a tour bus business.
This is what I want to do. It's like, that's wonderful to do. That's wonderful to have.
It ain't got to be huge. I'm not saying, I want the next, you know, Southern Tours fleet or whatever, or Majestic Coaches. Shout out to Majestic Coaches. God, y'all got some beautiful buses. You know what I'm saying? You know, or Dream Chasing tour buses. But like, I would like, you know, 2 or 3, you know, maybe 4 buses, lease them out. And I want to have a special program for struggling artists and struggling bands. You know what I mean? Where it's like, you still got to pay to rent my bus, but it's not going to be industry premium. I'm not going to be charging, you know, $1,700, $1,800 a night. You know what I'm saying? I'll work with you in order to help your career, and that's a part of that specific program.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there are just all kinds of things in my brain that I think about. It's like, it's more than the music.
You have stuff on deck for what it is that you plan to do.
Yep.
The Awesome Ray Ray vehicle is just a way to get to where you want to be catalyst. To get where you want to be to do what it is you want to do. And like, for even my own situation, that's the same. And because it's like, oh, is this all you want to do? No, because if I did, no disrespect to you, if all I did was Awesome Ray Ray, I would be very bored, because it's like, oh, this is all I do. And for me, if anybody knows me, it's like, there's so much that I do and have. It's like, there's no way I could be content with just doing a single thing.
Correct.
Like, I have to be able to do so much more. I got to go. And I think that has a lot to do with my bloodline. Like I said, ain't no sitting down. Like, My great grandmother, she worked until she was 95, 96 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And, and she had more energy than some of the people that were our age.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy, but it's one of those things where you got a goal in mind, I have a goal in mind, and we've got to take the avenue that's necessary to get there to do what it is we want to do.
Absolutely.
Like the whole thing for me for voiceover, the reason that I'm trying to work so hard to do that is so my goal for that is not one just because I feel like I can do it, because obviously I can do it.
Right.
It's I would love to be able to work from
Ever
wherever.
on that.
So that means this is a way to compensate for having to clock in on somebody's clock and be beholden to a schedule and have to accrue PTO and have to ask for permission to live my life. You feel what I'm saying? This way I can actually, I can book gigs. I can work around when gigs happen for voice work, for this, anything else I got going on, and make it work. If I can make a living, if I can pay my bills, if I can pay my rent off of VO, or on the other side of things, personal training, because I got that going for me too. If I can make money off of that and I can make my own schedule, then I'm sustained. I don't have to worry about anybody else. I just have to keep up what I need to keep up and then do all the other stuff too on the back end to make that work. And then I'll get to a point where there's streams of income
And that's the name
coming
of the
from
game.
everywhere.
That's the name. Like some of the most successful people, especially in the entertainment industry, it's like, oh, that's cute. You think that they only do that one thing. That's adorable. Like, yeah, you know them from their hit song.
Right.
But did you also know that, they own 3% of JCPenney? They have 3 or 4 car dealerships. They have, 25 wing stops. You know what I'm saying? They've done 10 questionable movies saving the world after being race criminals for the umpteenth time. It's how many times can you save the world, Vin Diesel? I'm just saying.
Hey, man.
But
Hey.
no, but my point is though, like, there's so many multiple streams. Like I would love to get involved with media, you know what I'm saying, and possibly even management. I'd love to pull up people when I am in a position to do so, and I would like to be in a position to do so. When I went out to see, I saw an artist that played Capital One Arena, and I was hanging out on the side, and I'm just watching like this whole ecosystem for that particular artist. You know what I mean? And I'm like, man, that's really cool. Like, you employ people. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are working and paying their mortgage because you picked up a microphone. Not trying to make it seem like, cocky or whatever, like, oh, I'm the reason why you eat. No, it's not like that.
No,
it's
no,
like,
no,
hey, look at, I'm doing something that affects more than just me.
Correct.
And I really do have that goal in mind for myself. Like, I really do want to do that.
And what's crazy is it's not even on, it doesn't have to be on the level of someone like a Taylor Swift. There are YouTubers that employ people to do stuff for their channel.
Yeah,
So they can
editors,
do.
videographer. I want
100%.
a road photographer, a videographer, an editor so bad, bro.
Dev.
Like,
Anyway.
so bad.
I just had to,
Dog,
say that.
Dev, I'm gonna get you, bro. I'm gonna get you. I'm trying to work it out, cuz
One day.
Like, I be,
One day.
you know what I'm saying, once a month hit 7-Eleven, play them numbers, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying. Like, Dev's work is superior.
Yeah,
Dev,
bro.
Dev
It's
and
tough
David. Dev and Dave, you know what I'm
Also
saying?
facts. Yeah, that's
Like,
right.
I invited him too. He said he's gonna let me know. If he
That's
can
what's
come
up,
out,
man.
so.
That's what's up.
But yeah, man. Like, you have ecosystems. You have sound men. Like, that's their job. If you go out and you go do a 90-day tour, you have an engineer that is with you, and his job every night is to make sure your levels are correct.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we were talking about that with Santiago. I was like, dude, I wish we had the money to have our own house, like, sound engineer, because God. You know what I'm saying?
That's one, because then that's one less thing
You gotta worry
to
about.
worry about. The only trade-off is now you have to compensate that individual.
Which is
is
if I can afford it, I'm
again,
fine with that.
which is
if that means I don't get steak and lobster in the green room and I just get Subway sandwiches instead,
That's fine.
That's fine.
No, bro, because at the end of the day,
Shit, don't even feed me. If I got a budget for a sound engineer, well, sir, we only had either the budget for hospitality and food or a budget for sound engineer. Give me the sound engineer.
the reason for that is because it makes things less, what's the word I'm looking for? Less intrusive and less like involved. Like you don't have to be trying to do 1,001 things because as a musician, we both know what it is to load. We know what it is to unload. We know what it is to set up the stage. We know what it is to break down the stage. We know all of these things. But
To drive.
to drive, yep.
To
You
drive.
know what I'm saying?
To be the manager.
Yeah,
the
all of
booking
that.
agent.
But
Awesome Ray Ray has 17 jobs.
right. So when you are able to delegate to other people, Lord, my stomach. When you are able to delegate to other people, yeah, oh, it's feeding time. Anyway, when you're able to delegate to other people to do certain tasks, that makes your job easier. If all we had to do was worry about getting on stage and doing what we needed to do and then getting off stage, meaning we don't have to set up, we don't have to break down, we don't have to drive, we don't have to do anything but get on stage and sound check or line check, do the show. We don't have to work the merch table. Someone is taking care of that. We don't have to worry about getting media for ourselves other than what we want to post on our personal situations. If we could just do that, that would be phenomenal.
That will be the day where I cry. They're like, yeah, here's your budget for this and for that. What do you mean budget? Oh, so I could get a driver? Yes. And an engineer? Yeah. And like 2 roadies and the stagehand? Yeah. Huh. Dude, I'll tell you what, Blue Ridge, dude, the fact that I didn't have to like load gear on stage because they had union stagehands, like that was, oh my God. When we played the arena, in Kentucky, bro, the first arena show I ever played, when bus pulls up, we get off the bus, we go right to the trailer, because that's the deal. As soon as you park, open that trailer up. So I get ready to start pulling drums out, and this big dude walks up and goes, what are you doing? I was like, we're unloading. He's, you don't do that. This is a union gig. And I was like, I don't understand. He's like, you don't touch your gear. We have to load it. It's under contract. I was like, so I don't get to load my gear? He's like, nope. He's like, we put it on stage for you and everything. You just got to like tune and set up how you want, but you can't touch. He was like, you can't touch your own gear. We have to take it out of your trailer and wheel it into the arena. And I was like, shit. So what am I supposed to do for the next hour? He's like, go to the dressing room. Fucking what? Dressing room? Yes. Look for a big ass door. It's going to have your band's name on it. I go in. It's the locker room of the arena. The entire locker room was for us. And we were the opener, my G. Got a whole NBA locker room. You know what I'm saying? The visiting team's locker room. Dog, they had couches in the locker room, big Red Bull like refrigerators. I was like, and so I take a shower and come out and I'm like, man, I'm hungry, bro. I'm like, I'm gonna have to like, order something, or I guess I gotta get pizza delivered to the venue or something. They're like, catering's over there. What do you mean catering's over there? Let's go over there. Sure shit, dog. Behind this curtain, like 5 tables set up, grilled chicken, mushroom sauce, like mashed potatoes piled, just a whole spread. And I'm like, it's like the night before we was like eating like at McDonald's, so we could have 4-piece nugget and a cup of water because that's all I got money for. Yeah. I'm sitting here eating just whole chickens and shit, eating way too much before I played, by the way. But
yeah, bro,
it was cool, and I'm not saying. Like, I'm not trying to be vain and be like, that's what I want every single night. Obviously, if I'm blessed enough to get there and get that, that's wonderful. Mm-hmm. But, I think the stage that we're at now, and the stage we've been at for a few years, that's one of the hard parts. Trying to tour, trying to make it, and dealing with all those different challenges as an independent. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's hard. It's not, too challenging for me to be like, I quit, man. I'm just tired of driving from city to city. No, I'm still going to do it because I love it. Right. But it'd be nice as things progress that I can start to check off things on the list that make things better so that I can also deliver a better show. It's hard when you've driven 16 hours and you're dead tired and exhausted. You got 5 minutes to get your shit up on stage, and then you still got to put on a hell of a performance for the next 30 to 45 minutes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then do all of that and then load out at 3 o'clock in the morning and then be 7 hours away to do it again. It's hard on your body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's really hard on your body.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that strides are being made right now. You know what I'm saying? I think strides are absolutely being made.
I agree with you 100%. And I'm going to say this because we've been going for a little while here. Um, this is exactly what this episode was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we had plans to talk about other stuff. We had plans to go this, that, and the way and the other. But when I asked you the question, "How you doing?" This is where we are now. Like after no. I don't say that to be funny. I don't say that to be in jest. I say that because sometimes you just need to get off what's in you
Yeah.
so you can be be free of it, so you can say how you feel. And it's good to speak out your expectations. It's good to talk about what is going on. I know this episode wasn't particularly funny, but at the same time, you get to see the point of this podcast.
You can see behind the
You know,
curtain.
so you get to see what's going on.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I
those
mean?
of you that don't know, you know, for those of you that be on social media looking at your favorite artists and your favorite bands, all the stuff that we just talked about is that's how it is.
Yeah,
It's not you get to see the great stage show and the VIP and the after party and all the yay, but you don't see normally the other side of that.
correct.
You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting, but you said a very, very interesting thing to me just now. You said an interesting word. You said expectations.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to sound like an asshole, but a part of touring and being in different bands and being around different artists, if you're serious about your career, you got to hold some expectations for yourself. You have to have etiquette and tour etiquette. You got to know that, there's three or four other artists that go on after you. You have a 10-minute sound check. It needs to be held to that 10 minutes. Don't do that. Don't be the asshole that's up there trying to stretch out more sound check time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When there's other artists, like I get run into a technical difficulty. Now, if it's a difficulty on the engineer side, then it is what it is.
Yeah, that's
you
different.
got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But don't be. Yeah, we just slid right into don't do that.
Yeah.
If you know there's another band coming on after you, don't break your shit down on stage.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm saying this directly to motherfuckers because, like, this is where I am going to turn into the asshole because I've been doing this shit long enough. Don't sit there and take your fucking cymbals off the stand and take the nuts off and collapse your cymbal stand and start taking apart your fucking gear. Take that shit as a whole off the fucking stage and break it down on the side of the stage, behind stage, or whatever the designated area is.
Yeah.
Don't
Get
sit
off.
there unplugging patch cables and neatly putting. I almost legitimately kicked this dude's amp off the fucking stage last year. I was fucking fear. They had already took like 35 minutes to sound check, which is bullshit.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
This doesn't
no.
sound right. Too fucking bad, bro. So then, like, we're up next, and this dude's like unplugging a speaker cable, wrapping the cable up.
No
You know what I'm saying?
shot.
Takes his motherfucking guitar, opens it, puts it in the case on stage, and I'm like, motherfucker. I picked up his amp and I like fucking shoved it. I thought about pushing it all the way off the stage. But I was like, no, Ray, because if you do that, he's going to buck. You were wrong. And then you're going to knock his ass out on stage in front of everybody. It's going to be a whole misunderstanding in Roanoke. And you can't go to jail in Roanoke.
Nah.
But like, it was infuriating because it's like sometimes you could tell when people are serious about their shit when they're not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And any artist, any band that is serious about their career and got some shit under their belt, they see foo-foo shit like that, like they're not gonna go for it. And and you wonder why you're not getting calls for shows.
Yeah. It's wild.
Like expectations and etiquette.
Yeah.
Don't get super hammered before your set. You know what I'm saying? Act like an asshole. Shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't be the creeper chasing every girl at the freaking show at the bar. Like, that's
Yeah,
just
don't do
not
that.
cool.
Yeah, don't do that.
So,
It's not a good time.
but expectations, you know what I'm saying? Have them for yourself. Have some standards for yourself.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't be out there chugging Go-Gurts, knowing that you have stomach issues.
Yeah. It's
Nah,
it's
that
better
was
it's better
awful
to, it's better to, take care of, yourself and take care of those that are with you and take care of those that are a part of what you are a part of. That way you don't burn any bridges. That way you make connections. That way you get to see what happens later on. But nah, man, you right there with it. Yeah.
Well, we'll wrap it on up, man.
Yeah.
But thanks for joining us for episode 21. I know it went a little longer than normal, and we went down the rabbit hole. And honestly, that was only scratching the surface
No lie.
of music industry stuff. But we are musicians. We are entertainers.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I think this is a place to talk about stuff like that. And I think what gives us the right to be able to speak on it, because we're living it. Have we made it to the peak of where we want to be?
Not
No.
yet.
But are we just starting out? You know what I'm saying?
No.
This is new to us? No.
No.
There's so much more to learn, and there's so much more to be inspired by, and there's so much more inspiring to do.
It is a journey.
It is a journey.
And we are on it.
That's right. So appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Make sure you like, comment, follow, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? All the things. You see an Awesome Ray Ray show or St. Diablo show near you, pull up, man. Show some love and support. I will reciprocate as much as I possibly can. Thank y'all again. Episode 21. It's your boy Awesome Ray Ray.
I'm V. Javen Shepherd.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
Out of here, cuz.
Now I'm on the run, now I'm on the run. Now